You never know the mark you're making on someone. In your eyes, you may think it's silly, it's nothing, it's nothing. But you never know. You might remind someone of someone they really cared about. You might sound like someone that someone really cared about. You might remind someone of a dear aunt, a dear friend, a grandma. You just never know, you know, the impression you're making on someone. It may seem trivial because you're going to judge what you're doing as silly or irrelevant. Anybody could do that. But, you know, it's like we're all very, very individual, unique vessels. And you never know the impression or what you remind someone of. You might remind someone of somebody that they love to be reminded of. You know? I don't know. Or you might be doing something, or just your general way of carrying yourself, how you talk, like what, you know, just like your beingness. Maybe just showing yourself doing something that someone else looks and admires as like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can record herself in public, I can do it. You know, like, you just never know the impression you're making. You just never know. But it's like, you know, it goes back to like the Bhagavad Gita, where it says, you know, you're not responsible for the outcomes of the action. You're only responsible for the action. So you're only responsible for the doing, what you're doing. Like putting yourself out there, like choosing you. Like, I choose me. I have something valid to say. I have something worth watching. And instead of judging yourself and thinking that it's irrelevant, it's nothing, who wants to watch that, you know? God does. Think about it, right? Like, your life, what you're experiencing, is almost like a story in God's book. The multi-layered book of every person that's ever lived is a story in God's book. And to think that your story, your being, who you are, what you have to say, how you embody your vessel in this thing called life, like, who's to say? Like, how dare you think that your beingness is not worthy of watching? Like, really? God doesn't make mistakes. He created you. He wrote the story of your life. He gave you the free will to choose your own adventure. And so, to let the mind tell you that your life, your thoughts, your expression, your day in the life is not valid is a spit in the face to the divine. Think about it, right? I heard it said in this video where the girl said, the 3D is the man, but then also in this frame of like, life will give you what you think you deserve. So it's like, if you're always gonna bend and lower your standards, you're never gonna get what you believe you deserve, because really behind the scenes, you don't actually think you deserve it. If you just held tight to what you think you deserve, who you think you are. Owning the fact that I have something valid to say. Like, if you just stay in that space and you let everything else meet you there, like, everybody's gonna make an offer. You're gonna have an offer to bend. Here, you wanted this, but I'll give you this. And it's always a test to see, are you going to sell yourself short? So even this whole fact of like putting yourself out there, that's you choosing you. You're choosing you. And when you choose you, life chooses you. So keep that in mind when you are feeling doubtful about whether your story is worthy, whether your thoughts are valid, whether your feelings are silly, whether the day in your life is worthy of watching. Like, of course it's worthy of watching. Like, you're worthy. You're inherently worthy. You didn't create you. Your mind didn't create you. Something did. It thinks you're worthy. So how about if you get on the creator's page and believe and affirm and stand steady and grounded in the fact that I am worthy. Then see what comes your way. Just hold that perspective, that attitude, that believing, that knowing. Stand firm and steady and grounded in it. And don't bend.